It was reported this week that home sales in September dropped to the lowest level since the foreclosure crisis in 2010. Just think about it. That is huge in the way it was reported. And the primary culprits are the run-up in interest rates and the sudden jump in prices after the COVID shutdowns. A nearly 35% median increase in the price of homes in Montgomery County. Laurie, 2 years ago, when the interest rates hovered below 4%, a $300,000 mortgage would cost the buyer $1,400 per month, almost below the cost to rent most apartments. Today, with interest rates at 8%, that same mortgage is now $2,200 a month, a 50% increase. Have wages and wages haven't increased to offset the cost, have they?
No. There's just some statistics. 65% of Americans who earn $50,000 to $100,000 a year, they're living from paycheck to paycheck right now. And even if you look at those people who make over $100,000, 44% are living from paycheck to paycheck. So this is affecting everybody at all income levels. And Bidenomics is not working. And it's going to be a black eye for the Biden administration that he ever called it Bidenomics. And we're seeing it's actually helping our border crossers, or people that are here illegally, because the increase of workers that are non-native born increased 688,000. So when you look at the people that were native born, there was a loss of 1.223 million workers in the workforce. So it's hurting native born Americans more than anybody else. That's pretty bad.
Cary, the Financial Protection Bureau reports that more and more mortgage applications are being rejected for insufficient income. And people are being squeezed on all sides. What can, in particular, our county government do to help this?
Well, they certainly shouldn't be, implementing rent control, increasing our transfer tax, and the list goes on and on and on. We have 380,000 residential housing units in the county, of which 123,000 of those units are rental housing. And of those, 23% of the renters are cost burdened, meaning that 50% of their income goes into housing, right? So what do? Our council takes and I hate to bash them all the time, but I mean, they deserve it. They take the existing naturally occurring affordable housing and they implement rent control. So what does that do? That tells the developers, I don't want to build affordable housing in Montgomery County. It tells the existing property owners that own these older homes that are renting them for an affordable rate, saying, wait, if I can't get back my 4.7% property tax, my maintenance, my repairs, my insurance costs, my increased taxes, I might as well sell the property. I'm going to get more money in interest. I'll get 5.5%, 6% return in a money market certificate. The county council, as I've said earlier and on numerous other occasions, feels it necessary to implement micromanagement on the business opportunity, on the business itself, whether it's restaurants or here it is housing. And that never works.
Well, the laws of physics, which are every action has a reaction, and the laws of economics are very similar to one another. In Prince George's County, a new proposal has been instituted that all multifamily dwellings over a certain size, I believe it's 100 units, maybe it's 50, will be required to upgrade their security cameras and lighting. Now, that's wonderful. I'm sure there's a reason for wanting additional security and protection, but it also is a statement that the police aren't effectively fighting the criminal element in the county. But all of those costs have to be passed somewhere. it's not insubstantial to put in security systems in large buildings and lighting systems that cost thousands and thousands of dollars.
It
And
doesn't
then
end,
those costs are going to get passed on to renters.
it doesn't end there. In Montgomery County, we have radon testing for every time a tenant goes into a piece of property. We've got to provide in these older homes that are people renting for like $1,400 a month or $1,200 a month. Some of them don't have the service equipment for air conditioning, right? So we're requiring them, they must have air conditioning. Well, the tenant knew that some of these units didn't have it, and they were getting a benefit for a lower rent. The county says the landlord has to provide it, but he can't increase his rent. I mean, something's going to break. And if you want to reduce the housing stock for these people in need of affordable housing, you're doing a good job. That's not what
Laurie,
we should.
I'll let you chime in on this.
Well, I also want to say, you know, a lot of people are applying for housing and they're not getting it. They're, if your overall debt is 40% of your income, then you will likely be denied. And so, you know, even though we have some young people who want to buy a house, they're not qualifying because we have so many young people who are college graduates with huge amounts of debt with their college loans. So that's a big problem that, you know, we need to change how the loans system works for kids in college as well. But yeah, it's a mess. And I just don't know, you know, it's amazing to me that we're able to attract any businesses in Montgomery County the way things are going. I guess there is a little profit to be made here because we have so many people who need things. So, but I think over time, we're going to see the quality of our life dwindle. We're seeing that happen, at least with our school system. The quality of our schools are dwindling already. So,
well, I will say that Adam Pugnuko has done an interesting series on the out-migration of Montgomery County residents and who replaces them. It's not a topic we have time for right now. You know, we'll have to save it for a later edition of 21 This Week.